honey.
Honey chili chicken.
Honey.
You doing that out there?
I just like to say hello because you obviously missed me last week.
Derek's back! Woo! Man of the moment. That's why people log on, Derek. You and your fact over there.
Oh, we've got two already.
You're both peeling already.
I'm getting ahead of the game. Just getting prepped. Move it off. Hi Lynn.
Oh my goodness.
Hi Charlene. I don't think I got all the ingredients for this one. We'll go through the ingredients whenever.
I'm just gonna share this.
Hi everybody.
Hello.
We'll just give everybody a few minutes to get sorted and then we'll get started.
What's with the glasses today, Carrie?
I had a bit of a migraine earlier.
Okay.
Sometimes whenever I get that I need to wear my glasses.
Do you normally wear contacts though?
No, but I am quite blind, to be fair. They recommend that I wear them more often. I just don't.
I'm like that with mine as well.
Yeah. Plus I think it makes me look intelligent. Little brain cells that I do have. They come popping whenever I put my glasses on.
Do you not like feel like you're more intelligent as well with your glasses on? Like I feel like I can like I'm some sort of Einstein with my
Keeps my
glasses
hair
on.
back as well. Like whenever I do this now I can't see anything. It's so
You've been
blurry.
kicking with me for all this time without glasses
No,
on.
but you know where your eyes become adjusted.
I
I don't even know what I'm throwing into the pot. Right, will we get started?
Yes. Crispy honey chili chicken.
Yep. This is a good one this week. Everybody's pretty excited for it.
This is my fave.
All of our recipe packs flew out the door, especially internet. All 30 went very, very quickly. So, for your recipe, you will need at least 2 chicken breasts. This serves about 2 people. If you're feeding a family of 4, probably recommend about 4 chicken breasts. You need some flour, so plain flour. This is to coat your chicken in. You need some black pepper to season. You need a tablespoon of sweet chili sauce. You need 2 teaspoons of soy sauce. It's just a little bit, but it does bring out the flavour in it. You need some water. You need the juice of a large lemon. You need some corn flour. Corn flour we use to thicken the sauce. A lot of people don't know this trick, but it does thicken it.
Sorry, folks, that's me.
You need a couple of tablespoons of honey, of course, honey chili chicken. There's no garlic in this recipe.
Oh.
You'll also have some garlic, about 2 cloves. Now we're using white onion instead of spring onion, just because this is what we have. You can use spring onion if you want to garnish as well. And I think that's about it. And we're having noodles to serve it with, so these are pretty easy. So the first thing we are going to start with is our chicken. Chicken breasts, chicken thighs you can use as long as they're boneless. Chicken thighs are a cheaper alternative and they're actually very tasty. So I've just placed the chicken on a couple of bits of kitchen roll. We want the chicken dried out because we want our chicken crispy. So that's the reason I put it on that. So I'm actually going to try and butterfly a chicken breast. Are you good at that? Just because we want it extra thin.
You can, yes. All you do basically is an easy way and a hard way.
So the easy way I just cut it.
The easy way you turn your chicken on its the thick bit on the back. Do a slice up the middle. And you take a rolling pin. Smash it down.
That might be a good way to get anger out if you're having a stressful week.
But I'm going to change the recipe. So this is you can do an alternative. It will be exactly the same, But instead of butterflying the chicken and slicing it like Carrie's going to do, I am going to make mine into little cubes.
Ooh. There we go.
Well, guys.
That's fair enough. You can do whatever way you want.
He's going rogue, folks. He's going rogue.
This is how confident Derek is. Let's cook along with Derek. So to butterfly your chicken breast, you can do it the way Derek told you, or else just put your chicken breast down on the chopping board, slice through the middle to about 3/4 of the way, and then flatten it down, and it should look like this.
Like wings.
And then we're going to slice it into really thin slices, and then add it to a bowl. Lorna, will you grab me that bowl?
Yeah, of course.
My hands are a bit.
Oh, you've got a bowl here.
Is it
Big ones, a big ones,
big
little
ones?
And of course, if you're doing gluten free, you can use corn flour.
Yep. You don't need to use plain flour. Thank you.
Thank you, Anna.
Just remembering that chicken is a raw ingredient, so you want to keep this separate from all your fresh ingredients or your ready to use ingredients, and just make sure you wash your hands thoroughly after touching it.
What do we do with the fat on the chicken? If there's any fat on it, should we cut it off or?
Yeah, sometimes you'll get it's just little bits that they keep on whenever they're trimming it. Like little tendons, I would always cut them off. And the wee fatty bits.
Wash hands after touching chicken before you touch anything else.
Yep.
Is that right, Carrie?
Definitely.
Do you know what, Derek?
What?
See, having you on, we have more than doubled our audience.
See? I told you!
It's the facts that I come out with.
Hi, it's a cook along with
Exactly.
Derek show.
Anna did her fact last week.
What was it?
It was that
Garlic.
no, it was rice is a vegetable, wasn't it?
Was it
It
rice?
was rice is a vegetable. Exactly, Derek.
Who knew?
Interesting fact.
So, just going to set this to the side with no more raw ingredients, and I will just wash my hands quickly. Yeah, rice was a bit small. I can't remember why now.
I can't remember why either. I think it's the way it's grown or
There's
something
so
like
many
that.
different things, like what's a fruit, what's a vegetable, and what's what's a tomato.
Tomatoes are tomato.
I thought it was if the seeds were in the inside.
Yeah.
So like a pepper would be a fruit.
And a cucumber.
Bananas. Obviously. Cucumber. Anyways.
Just don't put them in your fruit salad.
What?
Tomatoes and peppers.
I
And
don't know.
cucumber.
So, we've thinly sliced our chicken.
That's not
I'm gonna
bad.
add
Or
a bit
dice,
of flour
whatever.
Or dice.
What are you going to do? Plain flour first?
Either or. You can use corn flour or plain flour.
Plain flour for me.
So,
Coat it.
Guys.
I can't give you an amount. You just want to make sure that it is coated completely. So just sprinkling some in. Make sure all the chicken's coated in your flour. Oops.
We've doubled since last week.
Our viewers have doubled.
There we go, see? They're all here for Derek. Oh god.
Although we've had a few drop off.
Have we? Already?
We have.
And into your flour mixture with your chicken, you're just going to season it with some black pepper. I'm going to use quite a bit because I like black pepper. Once all your chicken's coated, you can just set that to the side and start prepping your ingredients. So there's actually quite a lot missing in this recipe. Anyways.
Hello to the Sutherlands and Brooke and Roger and Cherie and Debbie and Len and Charlene
Nice.
and Trisha.
Hello.
Lots of people.
I know, right?
So once your chicken's prepped, just set it aside and then we can get started on our veggies. To this we're adding onion and pepper, but feel free feel free to add any other vegetables that you fancy.
Fact of the day time.
Yes.
We'll ask the audience.
Oh.
Fact of the day. Honey chili chicken or chili chicken originated or was invented by a chap called Mr. Wang, who was of Indian but Chinese descent. Now Mr. Wang, I can't remember his first name, but Mr. Wang has a very, very posh restaurant in Mumbai. He's a well-known restaurateur. So the question for you is, when do you think he invented chili chicken?
Oh. Oh, Anna's.
Wait, let's see if anybody knows.
Let's see if anybody else knows.
When was honey chili chicken invented? Eric, that's a hard one. Anna, what do you think?
I'm thinking the 1970s, around that time.
Why do you say that?
Well, I know that it's quite a new thing for kind of people to cut from other places to come over here, like kind of have like your Indian restaurants, your Chinese restaurants, but that's kind of when it started to happen. So I don't know, I'm just kind of guessing then. And the guy's got a very fancy restaurant now, so it's not really going to be any earlier than that. I don't think.
Okay, well, I'll go 19. I'm gonna go a bit earlier. I'm gonna say 65.
See, I was gonna go later and say 90s. Like, I'm going
What?
really recently.
Well, if anybody wants to Google it, they can Google it. But the guy's name is called Nelson Wang, okay? And he was well known for his chicken dishes.
He looks very young.
He's not that young, actually.
You gonna tell us that?
Maybe it's honey
And
chili
it
chicken.
was invented in 1975.
Oh,
Oh,
yes.
well done,
Well done, Anna.
Anna cheated.
What?
1975. Amazing. So I've just thinly sliced my onion into half rings. I'm moving on to the pepper. I want to thinly slice it as well.
Oh, Debbie said 1975.
Oh, Debbie.
Oh, well done, Debbie.
Did she Google it or did she guess that?
Is she honest?
Oh.
I think this is quite popular this week because a lot of people will get this in the Chinese.
Yes.
Just making it at home, it is a bit more, well obviously it's a bit more time consuming, but you can make a bigger portion for your money. You know exactly what's going in it.
And it tastes so much better.
It does taste good.
That's because it's made with love.
Well, I suggested that my darling wife bought some chicken today and followed us this evening so that I'd have my dinner to go home to,
So,
which is in Tiki Maxx,
oh,
You don't get chicken there.
shopping with my daughter.
Sign it.
they should be supporting you, Derek.
Pardon?
They should be supporting you.
Yes.
So just thinly slice the pepper into little bits. Garlic. How many garlic cloves are we going to go for?
I'm going to put the whole lot in.
Yeah?
Yeah.
5 garlic cloves.
Whoa.
Like your cooking, Derek.
I'm not going to slice it. I'm going to
Crush it.
I'm going to crush mine.
That's how we're influenced now, Carrie. The love of garlic.
You never have enough garlic.
Never.
See, crushing means you don't get all the skin.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna thinly slice
Do you
mine.
think it did?
go with 3 garlic cloves. So I've just chopped the garlic. Don't have a garlic crush, then just chop it nice and fine. You want to sort of use like a rocking motion, so holding the tip of your knife and just moving it back and forward, and keep putting it in a little pile.
Oilogenic.
Crush away, crush away.
Does save a lot of effort.
You could possibly grate it on like a little bit.
Yep, you can grate it as well.
I just think by crushing the garlic, it brings the flavours out a bit more.
Yeah.
It's bringing the juices to the front.
Very fragrant.
Oh, for goodness
That was spoken like a true professional. Right.
So that is all our
Chopping
veggies
this.
prep. So
That looks lovely, Carrie. That's nice.
very colourful. Got our whites and our reds. So we are just going to prep the sauce. So what you want is your lemon. If you feel like your lemon's a little bit hard, just try rolling it on the table a little bit. This just releases the flesh and gets all the juice out. So what you're going to do into a little bowl to make our sauce.
Oh, we're making, is it sauce time?
It is sauce time.
Sauce time, right.
So you just want your lemon, rolling it a little bit so get the juice. The juice loose.
My very different one.
Nice. There's one in, did you not put one in that basket?
I did.
No,
I never
no.
put the basket up the back of the bag.
So you just want this.
I always get the terrible ingredients.
You always get the miscoloured peppers, you always get the bad onion.
Can I just say I didn't put the ingredients out, so
It was Lorna.
I actually
just
didn't
want
notice.
to squeeze your lemon out. If you also have garlic in your fingers, lemon takes the smell away.
At least a lemon smell instead.
I would prefer lemon over garlic.
Yeah.
Ooh, I've got a cut on my
Yeah.
hand.
I felt that when you did that. I don't know, you were washing into the lemon, I was like,
It's burning.
It's good for you. Cleans it out.
Oh, it's burning.
Like a natural aesthetic.
Now here's another trick for you ladies, okay?
Oh.
You might think that I use dye in my hair. Never used dye in my life. Lemon juice when you go abroad.
My mum's.
In your hair.
Or was it my grandma?
Well, I've got seeds in now. Lemon juice in your hair makes you blonde.
Free highlights.
Wine,
Three highlights.
wine.
So we have our lemon juice. You're going to add your sweet chili sauce. Come on, Jared, keep up. So
nothing, just stop doing your hair with
It's
the
getting
lemon juice.
complacent here.
we have a tablespoon of sweet chili sauce. These are shot glasses, Derek.
Pardon?
These are actually shot glasses.
Tiny shot glasses.
Maybe we should take a shot while we're at it. Then you need
Mhm.
your soy sauce, or your 2 teaspoons of soy sauce. Will somebody get me another spoon, please? Wee spoons.
Can you get me one as well, Anna?
2 little spoons.
Are we putting our mixed herbs in it?
Not
no,
yet.
No.
I'm going to put some corn flour in it.
Or is this to thicken it up?
Use the last
Corn flour
one.
and a little bit of water. What's happening?
I don't know. There you go. That one. It's a bit weird, darling.
You want 2 teaspoons of corn flour.
Why are we thickening the sauce?
Because whenever we add it into the pan, it just makes it sticky and like glues to the
Chicken.
chicken, yeah.
Well, I just do my own corn flour then as soon as you had the packet.
Yeah. What?
We've got a question coming in. Roughly how much does this cost in comparison to a takeaway meal for a family of 4?
So,
Well, the average takeaway would be something like £7, £8
£7,
for your main
£8.
meal, and maybe £2 for your rice. So you're talking £10 for a family of 4. You're talking £40.
Yep.
Convert that into Carrie's nutritionist sort of chicken breasts. 4 chicken breasts, £5, £6. Your other ingredients, maybe a couple of pounds. So let's say a tenner,
Yeah.
and therefore you're saving £30.
Yep.
What do you think, Carrie?
Yeah, well.
Have you got deaf for these glasses or not? Or are you just
No, I'm just trying to process things today. So onion probably about 15p, 20p.
Yeah.
Peppers usually about 39. Garlic, clove of garlic probably be about 80p for a bulb.
Yeah.
So all the other ingredients,
Did you add a little water into that?
yeah, just a little water. So you've got
Well,
like
she's also got the
slurry
water, Derek. She's.
Right, this isn't my problem. I come in the station zero. I just come here to cook. So
And always remember to make sure you have no lumps in your cornflour.
yeah, we don't want lumpy sauce. So to your pan, we are going to add some oil. We are going to shallow fry
Oh, I like a shallow fry.
the honey chili chicken. So you want about a centimetre of oil. It does seem quite like quite a lot, but we are going to drain it. You want it up to high heat. You want the chicken nice and crispy. That's why we've put the flour on. And then we're also going to fry it in batches. This just makes sure that the pan retains the heat. So on and then heat, I think. Yeah.
Oh, it's a different one.
Yeah. It's a forward one. That'll be
What's
high.
high?
That'll be
7.
high, yeah. We're just going to let the pan heat up. Just make sure your chicken's nice and coated,
Oh,
so it's extra crispy. It's not always necessarily not going to the takeaway. Just
well,
taking the time to, you know, make your own meal.
yes,
So
it's
there's
more
no-
nutritious. There's no additives that you get in the Chinese or
No.
Indian or whatever.
Chinese just use MSG, which is like, is it a flavour in MSG?
Yeah.
So you sort of know what's going in it. It's easy enough to make up.
It's a very good thing to do with the kids as well.
Yes.
It's a nice
Kids
family
love-
bonding time.
Yeah. I find cooking quite therapeutic. Sometimes if I've just had like a crappy day, then I just go and cook something, takes my mind
I
off.
find it very therapeutic, but unfortunately, I normally have a glass of wine when I'm cooking, and I'm not allowed this here because there's children watching, so I don't find it that therapeutic.
I think cooking dangerous.
Do you?
Yeah.
Mm. And it is quite
Now the sauce is smelling rather nice.
Yep. That was quite easy to mix up. So we're just waiting for the oil to heat up. We do want it really hot so it can get extra crispy. You almost actually want it smoking. One time whenever we made it in the cooking sessions, the fire brigade showed up
Oh.
because one of the ladies had it so smoking and all the fire alarms went off.
Oh dear.
So we had to explain to the fire brigade what we were doing. But then they sat and had lunch with us and it was
Oh,
quite
that's nice.
Yeah. They enjoyed the little break. And at the same time they advised.
A little tip to find out how hot your oil is. Just take a tiny little piece of your onion, stick it in, and when it starts bubbling up, you'll be ready.
There you go. You go try that.
Do you know what my mum told me the other day? Now this is totally aside from all of this, right? But she told me that she finds out her spaghetti is ready by throwing it at the wall,
Yes?
Yeah.
and if it sticks. So my mum, wee Moira's just been chucking spaghetti at the walls.
Yeah, but you don't
That's
throw
a
the whole pot.
Take
Take
one
one
just
strand.
for that.
The sealing's better.
But then you get it stuck
I
up
didn't
there.
think it was al dente when that happens, though. Is it not like?
It's just the starch in the pasta makes it stick.
Well, the thing is, she tried to do that with gluten-free pasta, and it didn't stick. So
Which is taking a wee while, is it?
Yeah, you've got the better kind of utensils for
Always.
cooking.
Wonder what temperature it is.
That's what we need, Carrie. Well
Let's
done.
try that.
Let's try that.
Somebody's turning LBT. Well, a few more
I know you've
extra
been
viewers
away
here.
in 1 week and we're no good enough for you.
Eric's gonna get his own cooking show. So my pan is pretty hot. Do it in batches, so fry the chicken. It won't take very long to fry the chicken, you just want it golden brown on all the sides. And very crispy. Is it on? maybe it's broke. Oh, it's
getting there.
sort of there. Getting there, yeah.
It's never an easy job for you on this thing, is it?
I love it though.
What's amazing?
All these interesting people I get to meet. Right, you're doing well here, Carrie.
I always get a bit scared of this bit. Guys, if you have children, just make sure you do this bit because the oil can spit.
Very burny.
We'll just leave it a couple of minutes. Right, so we change this. We'll just change. Might be better. Get another induction because we might be here all night.
Might come too.
Get in there.
Not another one.
Yeah, we'll get another one.
How long will it take that to heat up?
Well, that'll be the same as this one. At least if it's quite hot, then it's like, maybe by the time we get there.
I think it's getting there, you know.
Yeah, your onions
It's beginning to move.
bubbling a wee bit.
We'll try the chicken.
No.
Oh, it's doing something.
No, it's not. It's not good.
Live TV, everyone.
You can't end up with soggy chicken.
No, we don't need that.
Careful with
You put hot in the bottom. Is this off the pocket? No. You need to put the oil in it.
Just take that other one away,
that.
Anna.
How do you want? Is it hot?
No.
No.
I thought you got the other one.
I didn't know them for you there.
We still need another one. There's one thing. And then, plus. So we're just frying our chicken. You want it golden brown on all your sides. It's nice and crispy. This is probably the most time consuming bit. Because once you've done everything else, then it's ready. You can also do this in the oven. Coat it in breadcrumbs rather than the flour. And then it's a slightly healthier alternative because you're not deep frying it.
Yeah.
There's some water already.
Oh, see?
There we go.
There we go.
Once you feel like your chicken's crispy, you want to drain it onto a bit of kitchen roll. This just takes the excess fat off. And you're just going to set it to the side. If you are a wee bit scared of cooking chicken, because I know a lot of people are, just cut a bit of it open. It should be white the whole way through. That's generally how you.
Lucky we didn't long sleeves.
We're cooking by gas now, guys.
Yep, it's fine. So this is just how the chicken looks. It's brown and crispy. It smells lovely. So just between batches, just let your oil reheat a little bit more. Just keeps the heat in, and then make sure your chicken's nice and crispy.
Lovely.
There we go. Applying.
Crispy.
Extra crispy.
I must admit, I think the strips are far more professional than the chunks.
Nothing wrong with chunks. Probably just take a wee bit longer to cook.
Oh. It's all like H to the ginger.
No, I've got to listen to Carrie.
No.
It's like the fish cakes all over.
Can I just say I made fish cakes and they didn't turn out too bad.
Very good.
I know.
Excellent.
After
I
all,
like to hear.
I was pleasantly surprised myself.
Oh, I'm very tempted to go and taste a bit of that chicken over there.
Me and you both did it.
A little bit. Watch it might be hot.
Yeah, you crispy that bit.
Oh,
Crispy.
nice and
And
crispy.
white on the inside.
And white
That's
on the
what you
outside.
want. So, in our recipe we are using dried ginger. This is just because we couldn't get hold of fresh ginger. Using about a teaspoon of it, and we're also using dry chili flakes rather than fresh. For some people it might mean that they have that in their cupboard rather than the fresh one. You can also buy in Tesco's and stuff now. I've seen the frozen chili, ginger,
Yeah.
things like that, which is quite good. Woo!
If anyone has any questions for Carrie or Derek, fire them away.
Chicken's got quite a lot of water in it.
Anna, do you have any questions?
No.
How old am I? Have a guess.
65. Joking, Derek. 48.
Beginning to crisp a bit here now, Carrie. It's looking good.
We're going places, we're going places. Smells like having orange yellow liquid in it. It's dry.
Okay.
So if it's a dry ingredients, that's your ginger and your chili flakes. If it looks like this. Oh, look, one's helping. We've got 13, Derek?
We actually had 20 a minute ago.
What?
I think it's the ingredients.
Here we go. So mine's just getting extra crispy.
So if you wanted to put other vegetables in it, what other vegetables could you use?
Anything you fancy, to be honest.
Bean sprouts.
Bean sprouts is a good shout, yeah.
Bean sprouts are
Or
good.
was it like mange tout or...
Yeah, mange tout is quite nice, yeah.
What is that?
What mange
Cheese.
sugar stuff?
Peas.
Oh,
Mange tout, it's like sugar snap.
Oh, yeah,
Kind of like ramen.
Yeah, yeah.
Packed away. Yeah, like ramen away.
Obviously mine is taking slightly longer because it's in chunks,
Yep.
but it won't be long.
So it'll be extra crispy.
When do you cook the noodles?
Very end. Noodles will be very quick. Only take about 3 minutes boiling.
What if we were doing it with rice?
rice. How do you cook your rice, Derek?
Well, I use what they call the rule of thumb.
Right?
Do you know what the rule of thumb is?
No, I haven't heard this before.
What to do is with your rice, okay, is make sure when you pour your rice in, it's a cup per person, okay?
That's fine.
But make sure you use cold water and take all the starch off it.
Yeah, so rinse it.
So rinse it out very, very well. And then the rule of thumb is in the water with the pan, stick your thumb in, it comes up to the middle of your thumb. That's enough water to boil your rice.
Right.
I think I like
So I do pretty much the same. I know a lot of people struggle with making rice, but
You're not to like agitate it too much.
You
Sugar.
don't touch it.
what I
And
do is
yeah.
rinse it, keep rinsing it under the water until the water's clear. That's all the starch off it, because that's what makes your rice really sticky and horrible. What I do is ratio 1 to 2, so probably the same thing.
Same thing,
so 1 part rice and 2 parts water. So I usually do like a mug rice.
And one of the good things if you've got a pan, always put a lid on it obviously.
Yeah.
But if you've got one of these lids that has a little hole in it to let the steam out, so that you can eventually see the rice rising, and then you'll know when it's ready.
Yeah. The way I do it is put it on high, so you're boiling it, and then you'll start to see like wee pits in the rice.
Yep.
Turn the heat off completely, put a lid on it and just leave it. Then that's steaming your rice rather than boiling it. And it always turns out pretty good. Set whenever I make it here.
Get Uncle Ben. Morrison's do a very good rice. And it's only 49p.
Wow.
Yep.
Morrison's have quite a good like season selection. So we're nearing the end. I'm on my last batch of chicken. Derek's is looking crispy. The spitting is in some chicken breasts will add water. That just bulks it out a bit. So that's probably what the spitting is. I'm just gonna get a couple bowls.
So Derek, what's been your favourite dish so far that we've made here?
I think it was the chicken fajitas.
Oh, they were doing so good.
Chicken fajitas.
What would you like to see made? What would you like to make here?
What was the word? I got these eggs.
I think perhaps similar to what we're doing here, but a nice. I like chicken, and chicken's healthy for kids, okay? But beef's quite good as well. I would go for a nice chicken curry using your own ingredients. So making your own sauce, doing it in pounding it up, and then putting it in the frying pan, and yeah.
Like an Indian
Nice-
style or
an Indian style
chicken
curry.
style or so my chicken is fried. Just going to let the oil cool a little bit. Once it cools a bit, you're going to take most of the oil out. You just want about a tablespoon left. This is what we're going to fry the rest of our ingredients in. Just remember to be very careful because the oil will be very, very hot. What are you looking?
I think it's had enough.
Yeah.
I'm going to turn this down. And start taking it and clicking onto it.
Oh, they've turned out really well.
They're not bad. Not as good as CARRIE. I think if I was to do this again, I would do the CARRIE style.
Famous.
Carrie style strips.
So we are going to use the same pan. Wow, that's very hot. You have to decide a wee second. And then you want your pan not to be very high. You want a medium heat. And then we're going to go in with our veggies. Starting with our onions. same time, if you're doing noodles, now would be the time to bring your pan to the boil. So you want a saucepan, fill it full of water, and then bringing it to the boil. So just adding my onions to the pan after I've removed most of the oil. We've got a wee bowl there.
Okay.
Just be careful because it's super duper hot.
Do you want avocado?
No, beautiful. But it's a big frying pan.
Might need a bigger bowl.
No, I'll be up to frying, it's okay.
So just frying our onions. You still want a bit of crunch to the onions. I feel like whenever you get Chinese, they're always still a bit crunchy. Get it?
Yeah.
Just frying those off a little bit. So to put your noodle water on. Noodle water. So the on button. And then ham. Yeah, that's very high, so probably about 1,000 maybe? Yeah.
Okay, a little tip that I would do with this is I would retain a bit of your lemon juice, and once your chicken is starting to cool now that it's being deep fried, give it a little lemon on the top.
Ooh, very nice.
And it'll give it a nice kind of like lemon chicken taste seemingly.
Nice.
Very professional.
Mm-hmm. Derek's been watching MasterChef.
No.
Add another wee bit of oil in this. So once your onions are fried, go ahead with your peppers. And your garlic. So all your flavour comes. We're just going to stir fry that for a couple of minutes.
So Carrie, what's the nutritional qualities of this dish?
Nutritionally, it would probably be quite high in sugar, just with the honey. But you've got your veg added to it. You've got your noodles for your carbohydrates, your protein with your chicken, which is a lean meat. We've shallow fried it and drained the oil off as much as you can. So that's your, we reduce the fat as much as you can. So, pretty good. We know what's going in it.
Yeah, we know everything that's going in it. It's all healthy.
Still no salt, surprisingly. Smells good. Just going to leave that for 2 minutes. Try and get my water to boil so that I can add my noodles.
So honey is more of a natural sugar. What's the difference between having honey and just say granulated sugar or caster sugar?
To be honest, there isn't. Sugar is sugar. It's broken down in your body the same way, whether you eat it as honey or actually granulated sugar. The only difference in honey is you can get things like Manuka honey, which is antibacterial. But to be honest, there isn't really much of a difference. Different in fruits. So nutritionally we call it non-milk extrinsic sugars,
Oh.
which is a complicated way of saying like fruit and sugar, things like that.
Yeah.
It's quite interesting. So once you've fried off your onions, garlic and pepper, we're going to add in our honey. So we've got 2 tablespoons of honey. You might need to add a little bit of water if you feel that it's too sticky. Just be careful with the honey because you don't want it to burn as well. So once that's added, Stir that in. And then we're going to go in with our spice mixture. So this is our ginger and our chili flakes. Just make a little well in the middle of your pan, add that straight in. Going to keep them on the heat for about 30 seconds. This just activates your spices. Gets them nice and fragrant.
Oh, good tip, Carrie.
And then just stirring it all in. You'll notice the smell. Especially
Oh my goodness, I smell that.
ginger.
Ginger, lovely.
Very strong. Adds so much flavour. So we'll just fry that for a couple of minutes.
This could end up being my favourite dish now, Lorna.
Oh!
The ginger swayed it for me.
Yeah, ginger makes all the difference. So just add in your noodles in. Noodles don't take long to cook, only about 2 or 3 minutes from the boil. So once that's fried a little bit, you want to go back in with your chicken, your nice crispy chicken. You're just coating your chicken in all those lovely spices that we've just put in. Keep it nice and crispy. Anna, will you grab some serving bowls?
Sure can.
Okay.
Behind you.
You grab another one, please. Oh my goodness, I'm gonna put that oil in.
So nice.
I don't know what we're going to do with the oil, isn't it?
So next we are going to put in our slurry sauce mix. Just give it a good stir because sometimes the corn flour can settle on the bottom. Is there a bigger one? See just behind the door where the bin is. So sometimes it just sticks in the bottom. So this is the bit that'll be quite quick. Once you put this in, you'll notice that it starts to almost thicken up like a sauce. So you're just pouring that all in. Make sure you've got all the little bits of it. And then we're just going to coat all our lovely chicken in it.
Amazing.
Oh! Oh! Oh!
I hope everyone smells as good as it smells here.
So you'll notice it's starting to go really sticky. You only really want to stir fry this for a couple of minutes. Once all your saucy mixture is done. And then just your meat a bit.
That's Brooke finished already. She's off to eat hers.
Good on her. Make sure
Well
you
done,
take
Brooke.
lots of photos.
Yep, we love seeing all the photos.
Just sort of waiting for our noodles now. Chicken looks nice and sticky. So feel free to serve this with whatever you want. Noodles, rice. We can put up an egg fried rice recipe on our website if people.
Oh, I know how to do good egg fried rice.
Do you?
Yes.
Sometimes whenever I make it I find it a bit bland. What do you do yours?
I cooked my rice the day before,
Oh, see that's the trick I think, isn't it?
and then I take it out and break it up because it will be quite congealed.
Mhm.
And then in a wok, 2 fried eggs, 2 eggs in a wok, because if you're going to fry them, you just throw your rice in and just mix it.
Wow.
You have really good egg fried rice.
Lovely.
Right, we'll put this in a bowl, shall we?
So this is what mine looks like. Looks nice and tasty. Smells delicious. You ready for yours?
Oh, there's the bubble. Oh, it's in.
Camouflaged.
Oh, it smells absolutely gorgeous.
It does.
Oh, the last of that out onto that plate.
And then if you've got spring onions, you can just cut the spring onions over it. Brings a little bit of green to it. Right, who's going to taste?
Come on, taste, girls.
Unfortunately,
Tina's veggie, so. Right, is that a competition? I'm a bit scared.
My one with the chunks rather than the sliced, but same principle and same outcome.
Have you cooked this at Orange Club?
No. Let's see. That
It's
is
nice
good.
Come
I'm
on.
gonna take a bit of his.
Take it.
You can really taste the lemon.
I know, that's what I'm
Needs the
getting.
lemon, doesn't it?
Does need a lime.
Just to cut through the sweetness. Because I know some people are probably like, why are you adding lemon? Like I said earlier, you sort of need that sweet and the sour. Well guys, thank you again for joining us. If you want to know when your noodles are cooked, the best thing to do is actually just take a strand on it, ball of it and taste it. Make sure you take lots of photos of what you've made. I hope you've enjoyed the cook along. I think a lot of people enjoyed the takeaway aspect. And let us know if you try it at home. Don't forget to take lots of photos of it and send us it so that we can see it. And let us know what you think. I've had quite a few people on this week.
Bye bye baby.
Baby, bye.
Bye.
Thank you everybody.
Bye, thank
See you
you.
all next week.